So what do you do if you don't have vaginal lubrication? Well, hopefully you saw my previous video and you learned about the different reasons why someone might not have vaginal lubrication. So now the question is, what do you do about it? Well, if the cause is not enough stimulation or just not being aroused, well then a lot more time needs to be spent to help build your sexual arousal, figure out what you find pleasurable, help you build your arousal. That's one solution. The other solutions, let's say this is your vaginal lubrication, the lack of vaginal lubrication is because of menopause or a medical condition or a medication, then you want to look into over-the-counter options. There are lubricants, and lubricants are as needed in the moment. They're for friction reduction in the moment of sexual activity. There are several different types of lubricants, but I'm just going to talk about two today. So one is water-based lubricants, and the other is silicone-based lubricants. Water-based lubricants are really great. They're tolerated and liked by most individuals. What's great about water-based lubricants is there are no contraindications to using a water-based lubricant. It's going to work for pretty much everybody, and if you're using any sort of toy or sexual aid, a water-based lubricant is going to be a great option. What's not great about water-based lubricants is because the base of this lubricant is water, it evaporates. So you're probably going to be reapplying the water-based lubricant more often than a silicone-based lubricant. One tip is if you're noticing the water-based lubricant evaporating pretty quickly, you can just put a little bit of water on your fingertips and then touch that lubricant, and it can kind of reactivate that lubricant. That's water-based lubricant. Now, silicone-based lubricant, different from water in that its base is silicone. Silicone is super slippery. What's great about silicone is this is really long lasting. You probably only need one application of silicone lubricant and then you'll be fine for the rest of your sexual experience. It's also great to use silicone lubricant like in the shower. Again, this is very slippery. It lasts long, so it's good in an application where you're going to be in the water. What's bad about silicone-based lubricants is because it is so slippery, if you're using it with a partner, let's say you're using it for penetrative sexual activity and you have a partner that has erectile difficulties, because silicone lubrication is so slippery, it's going to be difficult for your partner to maintain their erection because there's just simply not enough friction. It's so slippery. This also is a lubricant that can stain sheets, so that's not ideal. And then additionally, if you're using a sex toy or a sexual aid that is made of silicone itself, and you're using it with a silicone lube, there's some evidence to suggest that the silicone lube could degrade the material of your silicone toy. And I know toys can be really expensive, so you don't want to use a lube that can degrade your toy. But really, water-based and silicone-based lubricants, both are great options. You just got to figure out which one's best for you. And they are as needed for friction reduction. You use them in the moment. Put some of the lube on yourself, put some of the lube on your partner, and do kind of a little trial and error and figure out how much lubricant works best for the scenario.